It goes without saying. The boogie is a hit.
You've reached the Aquarius tangent when it starts with dancing.
Exactly. It's nuts. I don't know. We do it on every call. I love it personally. I think other people are a little bit perturbed by it at times when
Probably.
if we're in a group setting and we're like, and other people are like,
Yeah,
you
because
two are.
this is not just like a gimmick for the pod. This is like we get on calls just one-on-one to hang out and we start with dancing. We get on Zooms and lives on social media and we start
When I don't even know when it began, but I mean,
I
let's
have
not
no
even
idea.
question it. Let's not
But I
question it.
love it.
Let's just embrace it.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop, and won't fucking apologise for it either.
No.
Oosh, oosh. So you have to forgive the fact that I've got one hand painted and the other not, because I was experimenting with gel nail varnish yesterday. And then I just really, really just couldn't be bothered. Oh dear, I was like, oh, I don't want to do the other hand. Like it's, you know what I'm like, and also I don't like the color. Blah blah blah. There's all of these things that play, but
That's okay.
a couple of people have pointed it out to me today, and I'm like, no, it's not. I haven't done it on purpose. It's not a fashion statement. It's just that it's the I can't be bothered me kicked in. So that's all. Yeah, eventually I'll take it off by the end of the week. I'll have a full set on, but my mate's going to do them for me because. So yes, so when we were talking before, we were deciding what topic to talk about today, because we do not plan these things in advance. We've got a long list of topics that we just go, oh, fancy talking about that. And if something's relevant or something jumps out for one of us, then we just we go with the flow, really, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
And today we are talking about toxic gratitude.
I love to rant about toxic gratitude. I love to rant about toxic gratitude.
Good,
Love it.
because I'm currently, obviously I've got no notes. I said to you, shall we do this one? You said yes, we hit record. So
I have no notes either. We never
I know we never have any notes. I don't even know. I mean, you know me, I only discover my own opinion about things when I'm in full blown rant talking about them. And then I'm like, I didn't even know I thought that.
Yeah.
It comes out and then I'm like, oh.
I ranted at poor Shan today.
Yeah. Right, there you go.
And it wasn't anything awful, but I was just got so, because she was like, oh, I think this, she's helping me with my bio statement. Whole other story. We're tangent already. And so she's like, this is where I think it's going. And then I was just like, but then it's really this. Like, oh my God, but then this. And I was like, I'm really sorry for getting ranty there. She just said like a little laughy face.
So we all do it to each other. I literally invite people to rant to me because I enjoy hearing anybody who is passionate about anything, whether they're angry about it or whether they're like the most enthusiastic they've ever felt about it, whichever way it comes out, that fucking energy and that passion that comes out when people just can't like just go at you. I'm like, I'm here for it. I'm like, come on.
I'm like, get up on your soapbox, baby. Yeah. Like everybody's like, oh, somebody's on their soapbox. I'm like, yes,
I love it. I always say like, oh, the view from up here, clip clop on my high horse, clip clop, clippity clop. Love it, absolutely love it. So I encourage it. So for anybody listening or watching this, anybody, if the people in your life are not encouraging you to get up on your soapbox, then you need to question if you need that kind of negativity in your life and get in touch with me and Heidi and come join the rants because Ranty McRanterson.
Yeah. Join us, rant it out. So toxic gratitude, okay? Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. Toxic masculinity. I love gratitude. Oh, I could do a whole thing of toxic masculinity too.
But you go. And I'll shut up.
I have a very beautiful, very personal gratitude practice that I absolutely adore. And gratitude is a great way to it's not a great way to raise vibrations. It's a great way to kind of look at life more positively, and to be grateful. But what I hate is now this is such a term that everybody is using. Be grateful, be grateful, be grateful, be grateful for fucking what? Be grateful. Like for what? The fucking bad shit that happened in your life? Well, it taught you lessons. Yeah, well, fuck you when I'm in it. I don't want to be grateful. And there's some point where it becomes like you're grateful for everything, that it actually starts holding you back because you're not actually dealing with what is in front of you and what you are going through. And that is where gratitude starts to become toxic and not good for you, because you're like, well, thank you for my shitty job that I hate that pays minimum wage. And I'm just going to stay here until the universe delivers something better to, and no, fucking change your fucking situation, and don't use gratitude as a goddamn excuse to stay where you're at.
100%. You know what the difference is, right? So yeah, so number one, the term gratitude has been misappropriated, and now it's taken out of all fucking context, and people are, as you say, they're using it in either very shallow, kind of like just barely touching the fucking surface of what it really means, and then a lot of people are just have misunderstood, misconstrued what it really means to be grateful. When we say, you know, have gratitude for where you are, it doesn't mean accept your lot and that's it, put up and shut up. You know, be grateful, other people have got it worse. Well, there's other people got it better. Like, it works both ways, what you're talking about. So I've had a very tumultuous relationship with gratitude over the years, because exactly that, I've always felt like, okay, so if I express gratitude to the universe about the things that I have and where I'm at, is that not then indicative of the fact that I just want to remain here? Like, you know, I'm cool with it. Like, and obviously I know better now, but you know, feeling what people trying to tell you to be grateful for bullshit. No. You know, there's obviously, we've all had awful things happen in our lives. I'm grateful for the lesson it provided. I'm grateful for resilience. I'm grateful for those things. I'm not grateful that it fucking happened, because the thing is, you know, strong people, it means that you've been through lots of shit. So yes, you can be grateful for your strength, but you don't have to be grateful for the situation that enabled you to gain that strength, if that makes sense. So I think, like,
100%.
Yeah, so it's like, I think it's really, really important that you break it down for yourself, and yeah, and not let other people's kind of bullshit versions of, or misinterpretations or misunderstandings of, guide what you know to be true for yourself. The grass, it's not about the grass being greener, or, you know, other people have got it worse. So I'm grateful for this food on my plate because there's people starving in the world. I'm grateful for this food on my plate because it nourishes me. I'm sad for the people, like, but I'm not going to then be grateful because someone's got it worse. You can't make that comparison. That's terrible, right? And I will do, you know, I do things, obviously give to charity, blah blah blah, whatever, but that's a separate fucking situation from me sitting and saying, I'm grateful for the food on my plate because it nourishes me. I am grateful for it because, you know, I have got the ability to put this in front of me. I have worked in order to sustain this for myself. You know, thank you. I'm grateful to fucking, you know, Mother Earth. I'm grateful, blah, blah, blah. I'm grateful for these things. I'm grateful that I'm no longer hungry. But it's not like a direct, well, you know, well, I should be grateful because other people have got it worse type bullshit. I fucking hate that attitude. I don't believe in it.
And here's another thing, and fucking, I should put this on our list, because you and I talked about this. I just had recently talked about this in my own like social media, is connecting to your why. And that's, you just did that too. When it comes to gratitude, these 5-minute grateful bullet journals like make me want to gouge my eyes out because it's like I am grateful for, and now list 5 things you are grateful for. That's not feeling true gratitude. You are making a list. You're making a to-do list. True gratitude is connecting here, and it's connecting to the why you're grateful for this thing. It's so much deeper than just being like, well, I'm so grateful that the sun is shining today. You know what? The sun is shining through my window right now. And I'm so grateful because it's been it's been a nice winter. It hasn't been too chilly here, but like, I get to sit when I'm working in the in the sunlight like a little cat as I'm working away. And I'm so grateful for the warmth that I'm feeling, right? I'm connecting to the why that I'm feeling this way. Why am I grateful for this thing? And when you start to connect your gratitude with your why, that's when you take it out of the toxic, oh, I'm just grateful because, you know, life doesn't feel so bad when I'm grateful, to the this is the depth, and I can start shifting with gratitude and shifting my mindset, shifting my energy with gratitude.
Absolutely. And I think that's the other thing is like, it's not for want of, I think that obviously you've got the people that are misinterpreting, misunderstanding, or just, they're just barely scratching the surface and they're not able to understand what you've just said because they've not really encountered the depth of that connected nature of the gratitude. But then what happens is when they go out preaching it to other people, they're giving people a shallow surface level experience. So for me to sit and write down 5 things I'm grateful for, it would take me fucking ages, because I mean, I could list, I'm grateful I've got a roof over my head. But how, actually, I'm so grateful for the home that I have. I'm so grateful that I get to be in my own space, in my sanctuary. I'm so grateful that I feel safe and secure in my environment. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm fucking grateful for. Not, I'm grateful I've got a roof over my head. Like, it's just, yeah, it's shallow, and it doesn't connect you to your why. It doesn't connect you to your deep sense of gratitude. You're doing this, the surface level stuff that actually doesn't, it doesn't activate anything. It doesn't do anything. It seems like, other than just sort of saying, oh, it could be worse, it doesn't do anything for you. In fact, it makes people feel guilty. I think it makes you feel guilty if you've constantly got to express gratitude. If you'd had a fucking shit day, to sit and then go, oh, but I'm grateful for this and this and this and this. If I don't want to do that, but I feel guilted into doing it, if I'm not grateful, then what am I, a brat? Am I ungrateful? I mean, that's the worst thing in the world, being called ungrateful. No, but today I don't feel particularly grateful for where I'm at in the world. I don't feel particularly, because I feel disconnected, because I feel outside of the world. I feel removed from it. Therefore, my gratitude doesn't, me listing some stuff doesn't make any sense. It's not aligned with me in that moment. And so to do it would just feel that I was doing it for the sake of doing it, because, if I don't do it, I feel guilty and like I'm being an ungrateful brat. Do you know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah. And I think the other thing too is that it's okay to not feel grateful. Yeah. It's okay to not feel grateful. It's okay to feel like you were slighted. It's okay to feel like things aren't fair, because things aren't always fair. And it's not like, oh, I'm so grateful because this thing happened to me and life isn't fair, but I'm going to be grateful that I got what no. If you worked your ass off for something and somebody, maybe they worked their ass off too, who knows, but you worked your ass off for something and you saw somebody who maybe you perceived that wasn't working their ass off and got it and you didn't, it's okay to not be grateful.
And then I think in those moments, there is something to be taken. Like in those moments, after I've gotten over the initial surge of emotion and rage and whatever it is that I'm feeling in that moment, which I am actually fucking grateful for, because it's part of the human experience and I want to experience it all. Then after I've fucking dealt with that and I'm like, right, okay, witnessed that, acknowledged that, felt that, get to the point where I'm like, I'm safe with it. This is how I feel. I'm allowed. This is my permission slip to feel safe in my fucking anger and rage. And then I think, okay, well, in a few days' time, I'm going to say to myself, what was the lesson here? What did I learn here? Why did it trigger me? What do I need to heal in order to not feel triggered by this? Like, oh, then I'll do the fucking journaling, but I'm not going to go home and sit and write 5 things I'm fucking grateful for when I'm in a fit of rage, because I won't. It will make me feel like shit. And I don't believe we should do things that make us, that we feel anything that we feel we should do, anything we feel that we're beholden to doing, anything that we're doing through guilt, through shame, through, just forcing, pushing, self fucking flagellating bullshit. I'm not doing any of that stuff. Like, no, I'm grateful to myself in this moment that I know if I don't want to fucking do something, that's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that I don't have to do shit the way that you do it. I'm grateful that I understand this process so much that I don't have to write down what I'm fucking grateful for right now. That's what I'm fucking grateful for. So fuck off. Shut the book. Throw it out the window.
I'm grateful that I'm not grateful right now.
Yes, girl. And I'm grateful that I can talk to people that understand what it means to be grateful but not being grateful right in this moment. Because otherwise you're just repressing, if
that's what it's become a tool for. It's become a tool for repression. It's become a tool for stagnation. because everybody's like, I'm just going to be grateful. And then I'll be like rising up the ranks and life will get better. And the only way life gets better is if you start taking action.
Yeah, exactly that. It's the aligned action. And the thing is with the, getting stuck in the fucking being repressed and stagnating. I think it's because gratitude is being pitched as an accelerator for manifestation, which again has also been distorted and pulled out of fucking, it's gone out of left field, as we well know.
Yep.
And then, so obviously the two are very, very interlinked and intertwined. And because of that, it's like, well, all you need to do is do a gratitude journal and then you can manifest what you want. So the intention isn't fucking pure in the first fucking instance. The intention isn't there in the first instance. You cannot use shallow gratitude as a tool to become a fucking millionaire, right? You heard it first here, boys and girls. It just doesn't fucking work like that. You actually have to, as you said earlier, when you practice the gratitude and you become connected to that why, and then you start to take action because you're filling your cup, you are filling your cup. So you start to take that action. Those are the things that move the fucking needle forward. That's why it's an accelerator, not because you've sat and wrote a fucking list morning, noon and night about being grateful for, I don't know, having whatever it is that I'm grateful I've got a car. Oh fuck knows. You know what I mean? It's so fucking ridiculous when people are pitching it to you as the solution to something when actually it's not. It's an intrinsic part of your day. It's an integration of
it is. And then like I feel like too that people use it as a way to kind of shove off other people's genuine feelings.
Yeah, they
right?
sort of weaponize it, don't they?
Yeah, they weaponize it and they use it to make you shove stuff under the rug, Oh, I've decided I'm not going to talk to my parent anymore because, I've abuse, toxicity, whatever.
You should be grateful you've got both parents.
Yeah, well, be grateful you have a mom and dad. Be grateful you have, and it's like, excuse me?
Yeah, fuck off.
Tell that to the person who is working, who's in poverty and who's the system is continually working against, and you tell them, oh, just be grateful you have this and that, and for this tiniest thing be grateful for. How is that helping them?
It's always materialistic as well. Like a lot of the time it's like,
yes,
being grateful for material things in your life, when actually, when I practice, I don't sit and I do gratitude journal, but I don't specifically focus on gratitude, but it's an element of what I do. And I do also throughout the day remind myself of what I'm truly grateful for, or at least I make sure that I pay attention to what I'm truly grateful for. And 9 times out of 10, it's my relationships with people. It's the love that I have for people and from people. It's the opportunities that present themselves to me, because the fact is I'm moving, in the right way, in unison and co-creating with the people and the universe that are the right people at the right time, blah, 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 blah. That's what I'm grateful for. So the material stuff is like, yeah, I'm grateful that I've got a wardrobe full of clothes that I barely wear. But actually I feel more kind of, well, the shame element is that I feel like sort of greedy in a way for having more than I need. And I feel that is a toxic gratitude like response. That's the thing.
Absolutely.
It's like,
yeah. I agree.
I feel like I've almost been shamed into that. Like, so now if I'm having a day where I feel like I want more materialistic things, like, I mean, for me, it's not about materialism. It's about, where I live, or there's certain things that I want for myself, which could be deemed materialistic, but actually it's just a better quality of life and presence within the kind of, the 3D. But I feel like, but I should be grateful for what I've got and where I'm at, because, and that's because of other people saying, well, you should think yourself lucky. Well, when I was your age, I only had this, and it. My dad used to do it. That's where it comes from. My dad, I always slag my dad off in these things. Well, when I was your age, I only had a toilet roll to play with. Like, I mean, that's over exaggerating, but you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
It'd be like, I only had a fucking, well, I only had a potato and a saucepan to play with. I had to make do. And I feel like, Did you? What's that got to do with me? What has that got to do with me? You then, surely you went out to work, and when you had children, you went out, you worked your tits off, Dad, to then create a better life for your children, so that we didn't have to just play with a potato and a saucepan. So, you know, or, you know, whatever else we're talking about, whatever. So then you reminding me that what you had was less, and that I should be grateful for what, as if I'm not already grateful. For me, gratitude as well.
I just need to slip in one little comment.
Yeah, go for it. Sorry, you know I carry on unless you interject.
This has nothing to do with anything, but you said potato, so you know I have to go, what's taters, precious?
Obviously, we have to bring in a little Lord of the Rings reference.
Obviously, with me.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry, I did that was so I was like, she said potato more than once. I'm like, the urge. I can't find it.
You wouldn't be being true to yourself if you didn't.
I'm truly grateful you let me be true to myself and let me have my Lord of the Rings comment.
It's got to be done. It's got to be done. Yeah, so I also feel that there's a baseline gratitude. Like, so my general state of being, I don't bemoan my lot all the time. I am abso-fucking-lutely, like, beyond grateful for God, every single thing that I have in my world, and in the sense of what, you know, what I've been given, and the opportunities I've been given, and how I was brought up, and the parents that I have, and stuff like that. But my dad often will say to me, you know, well, yeah, you sound like you're being ungrateful. And I'm like, how many times do I have to express my gratitude to you before you actually fucking accept it? Because I can only say,
that's another side of toxic gratitude, right? Is that
how many times do I have to say thank you so much, I fucking appreciate this? It should be once, shouldn't it? And then my actions follow, right? Because you can't just do words. My actions follow. My gratitude then plays out with my love language, which 9 times out of 10 is like doing little things for people. I'm also very vocal about how much I love people all the time, and I feel like I'm actually one of the people in my life who is the most vocal. You know, everybody gets a I love you at the end of a fucking call, at the end of a text. I'm all heart emojis and all of that sort of stuff, because I want everyone to know how I really feel about them. So I'm all like that, you know, with people, like, again, going back with my dad and stuff. And then I just get, you know, he just has this impression. If I do ask for something, if I need some help and I do reach out and I ask, I already feel guilty before I've asked, because I know
because they're creating that environment of like, I need to hear it 1,000 times.
Yeah. As if I'm already grateful. I'm like, I know you've helped me before. Say you've helped me 3 times, right? Say you helped me twice, and I'm asking a 3rd time. Well, I need your help a 3rd time. This is a brand new time. Well, and it's not like I'm ungrateful for the first 2 times. Like, I'm grateful for those as well. It's just that now I need your help again for whatever reason. And I'm going to be grateful. I mean, do you know how much it takes for me to come to you for help in the fucking first place? I mean, there's that as well. Literally, like, please help me, you know. I don't need the guilt trip then around the, well, as if I'm not grateful. I fucking course like, what would it take for me to prove my gratitude to you? Like, this is the question I want to ask. Because if it's not thank yous and actions, what else? What would satisfy you to say, yeah, I believe that Louise is genuinely grateful this one time?
Maybe his love language is a gift or an act of service. I don't know.
No, he projects his own stuff. There's certain things that
I know. I was like, we were talking.
No,
you were like,
I know.
Yeah. And I was like, woo.
I know what you're talking about, but I know why it is, and it's partly because in his life, there are things that he's done for people, and they've taken the piss, and so now it's like he clings on, and he just needs to hear it more and more, and his insecurity drives him having, you know, it's like he likes to hear it, you know, and so you have to keep on and on and on and on and on. And I feel like, and then I get annoyed with him. I'm like, why do you need all this external validation? And he's like, what language are you talking? And it goes downhill from there. But like, you know, it's all done in jest and with love, but equally it winds me the fuck up. And I know it's definitely one of the reasons why I'm, you know, always, when people do things for me and I say thank you, I will always say thank you 6, 7, 8, 9 times. So once is not enough, because I feel that you you haven't heard me. You haven't heard me. I've said thank you, but you still haven't heard me. You haven't taken it in. You haven't accepted.
Because you're used to that patterning from your dad. Yeah. And so this toxic gratitude then plays out in in a few different ways than when we're talking about it, because we're talking about this toxic gratitude of this surface level bullshit. And then that's the other thing. We're so trained to be like, oh, gratitude solves everything. So we're used to toxic level bullshit. So then when we're actually grateful for somebody, there are like, are you actually grateful or are you not? Because I know when I say thank you, I'm just using surface level bullshit. So now they don't know if you're actually grateful, even though you are. And then you're expected to be like super grateful and like over the top grateful, because it's not enough to just say thank you and be genuinely grateful, because nobody's actually genuinely grateful anymore. It's all fucking toxic bullshit that comes around.
It is.
And toxic gratitude.
And it does. It really affects us. I mean, on the other hand, on the other side of it as well, when I say, sorry, Evie's being really strange. When I say thank you 100 times to somebody, I know like it's toxic for them. On the other end, they're like, I don't know what you want me to say, Louise, but please stop fucking saying thank you, because it's winding me up at this point.
And this is how we get into these cycles, right? And this is how gratitude has become such a disgusting word.
Yeah.
Because it's been twisted to the point, it's just been twisted. It's been twisted to the point where it's just like, you can change your life with gratitude. No, you fucking can't. Oh, now no, and because that's been said so many times, people don't actually believe it when you're grateful. So then you're getting caught in a gratitude cycle. And now you're making other people feel uncomfortable. And it's a vicious cycle.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So really what we're saying is your gratitude should be felt on a deeper level. It should be your absolute connection to that gratitude and understanding why you are genuinely, truly, authentically, from a deep soul level, grateful for the thing that you are expressing gratitude for. And then I think setting up boundaries around your own expression of gratitude. Because I think sometimes as well, like we say thank you because we want to be appeased back. Like if I keep on saying thank you to you, it's like I'm asking you for something in return. Then if I keep on and you've said you're welcome, and I keep on and on and on, you're going to start thinking, what am I not giving her that she's expecting from me? And so then it's as if you've got to give me something again, like the bargain has not been done. It's like I don't really so there's that element from it, for a lot of it as well. I do think journaling around gratitude is really important, but I think if you're a beginner and starting to notice and heighten your awareness of the things that you're grateful for around you, personally I can pull things out on my day. Like I have moments in my day where I sort of just become consciously aware of everything and sort of take stock of what's
I just got out of a really powerful, fantastic reading, and the first thing I did, like when I said goodbye, ended the call, whatever, I was like, oh my god, thank you, that was amazing, like I want more of that. That's what lights me up. Oh my god, I'm so thankful that I was able to help this person in the way that I could help them, and that they have so much insight now. Oh my god, more, please, thank you.
This is the one. I fucking love it, blah blah blah. And that's exactly what I do. I mean, even going back to what you're saying about like the sun shining, I mean, if the sun is shining and I've got a blue sky, chance to be a fine thing, then I'm out that back door straight away, and I'm standing out there like, my neighbors must think I'm nutty, but that's fine. Thank you, because of how the energy I feel from it, the rejuvenation of seeing the beauty of the fucking blue sky and the sun, and I'm a sunshine goth anyway, and all of those sorts of things. So there's all these elements at play. But I think like a lot of people aren't used to picking up, like bringing their conscious awareness to like in moments throughout their day. I feel like a lot of people are, they're on autopilot, like we are, a lot of us are. So you have to sort of train yourself. So to begin with, if you are doing a morning and an evening gratitude practice, there's nothing wrong with that, but don't just list things mindlessly hoping that you're going to win the lottery tomorrow. It's not about that. It's about really truly connecting to what you're actually fucking grateful for within yourself, within your relationships, within your connectedness to the fucking universe, to the earth, and the things that are around you, and how you're all like interlinked physically linked.
And like my biggest gratitudes are for my relationships, the people that I love that are closest to me. You're on that list, by the way. I'm always like, thank you for my soulmates, Clara, Lou, Jana. Like, this is why I'm grateful for them. So and it's not to say that you can't be grateful for materialistic things either, because I am grateful for everyone that books a reading, everyone that comes into my world, everyone that decides to choose me as their reader. I'm so grateful. And I make sure I have that in my gratitude, because I am grateful for money, and I am grateful for abundance. But why am I grateful for it? Because it allows me to keep living the life that I want to live. It allows me to take care of my daughters, right? So again, we're connecting to the why. So it's not that you can't be grateful for the material things, but it's like, why are you grateful for it? What does this material thing give you?
Yeah.
Well, for me, when I'm grateful for money, when I'm grateful for abundance, it's because it's allowing me to purchase the things I need to live, to take care of my daughters, to, live a certain type of lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's exactly the same with me as well. I mean, I've always think the more money I make, the more people I can help. And that's the way that I see it. The more that I can, the more freedom I have to then go and do the things that I want to do to help the people that I want to help. So that the knock-on effect is always one that sort of takes me further and further and further. But also to remove some of the shit as well. Like, I could pay off some debts. That'd be nice. Just clear out some stuff that I feel like is a block for me, in terms of then creating more kind of abundance. But we're not talking about, listen, I'm not even anti people who want loads of materialistic possessions. I mean, if that's what floats your boat, babe, you crack on, you go and get it. As long as you're not doing it to anybody else's detriment, then what you want is legit. But you need to understand why the fuck you want it. And then, practice gratitude around those sorts of things. I think there's I can't tap into that mindset because that's not who I am, but there is an entirely different mindset around that stuff. And there are people out there that would absolutely help, anyone, if we have got anyone listening who is like that, then there are people out there who will be able to help you with that. But just know that it is not as simple as it's made out to be. I mean, money is, we talk about this a lot, but money is an energy, and it's an energy amplifier as well. So if you are already a generous person and you get a fuck ton of money, you're going to become a more generous person. If you're a prick and you get a shitload of money, you're going to be a bigger prick. Like, that's the facts of the matter. It's just it amplifies, and this is why, like, for a lot of us, it's kind of like we talk about not necessarily being ready for the abundance that's going to come to us or that already is in existence. It's we're not ready for it because it would then go again. We're not prepared. It's not meant for us yet in this moment, because I wouldn't know what to fucking, not right now, but like a year ago, chuck that money at me, fuck me, it would be gone by now. I'd have spunked it. And I can see that retrospectively, in retrospect, hindsight, 2020 vision, as we always say. But I think there's a lot around that as well. So just journaling.
Maybe we'll do a money abundance talk. Maybe we need to check that on our list.
I think it's something on there, isn't it? It's going to be something. There is the thing about abundance on there, like what does it mean? And
oh, see, look at it. We made this list so long ago when we were just talking and tossing back ideas, and now we visit it every so often. And we're like, do we have that on the list? I am grateful we made this list.
Me too, man. Me too. Because I'll tell you, but the thing is, I mean, this list will go on forever and ever. I mean, and more.
We don't run out of things to talk about. We're just
and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. I mean, we've spent the whole 8 hours doing nothing but talking straight. And we still have stuff to talk about. Welcome to our world, everybody. And you can cultivate a very beautiful gratitude practice. But just make sure you're connecting to the why of it. Make sure it's like deeper than just like, I'm grateful for my husband. Why are you grateful for your husband? What does he add to your life? What does he bring to your life? What does he ignite in you?
What does he allow for you, how you are in return? Like, that's another thing that I feel grateful with people is not just for what I don't mean it like this, because I don't mean it like this, but like for what I get from them. You know, I'm grateful for you because you are this, you are this, you are this. But I'm grateful for you as well because it means I'm able to do this and I can be like this and I get to experience this and stuff like that. So I'm grateful for you as an individual. I'm grateful for the beautiful things you bring out in me and how you know, challenge me and you know, all of these wonderful things that benefit me as an individual. And then the beautiful fucking dance that we do together. Right. So, so there's, and I think, yeah, so you absolutely hit the nail on the head when you said about the why and the connectedness. And I think really that's what it boils down to. So if you're practicing gratitude, on a real deep level, then yeah, you absolutely need to pay attention to the truth of what it is that you are grateful for, rather than trying to just grasp at things to fill the list up.
Yeah. And if you don't have 5 things you're grateful for today, don't worry about it. Just because your journal says you need it doesn't mean you need it.
And that's the other thing. Like, can I not just do one and go into mammoth detail? Because within one thing, when you say I'm grateful,
I know, like my gratitude practice is like a full 40 minutes because of everything that I'm grateful for, then all the reasons why I'm grateful for it. And like I said, it can be as simple, it can be as big as money and abundance and materialistic things, and it can be as simple as I'm grateful for my beautiful body today, for the way that it moves, for the way that it's healing, for the way that it's like stretching, growing. And like that's one of my gratitudes is I'm grateful for my body. I'm grateful for the way it eats, sleeps, runs, jumps, moves. I'm grateful that it has carried, birthed, and nourished 2 beautiful girls. Like my body did that. It's amazing. I'm grateful for that. And if you can bring it down to those levels, the shifts you're going to make, the self-love you're going to cultivate, it's like if you start taking it deep,
yeah,
then you're going to start going deep into yourself, and then like that is where the magic is.
Yeah, absolutely, because you start to move differently, don't you? And like you said earlier on, so moving with that gratitude, and then it becomes, after you've kind of like consciously practiced for a while, then it just becomes a way that of being. And yes, you will have to occasionally remind yourself, oh shit, I've not really felt very grateful for a couple of days, so I perhaps need to sit down with myself and have a little word. That's what I'm like. I'm not a consistent day-to-day person, as we all know by now. You know, but I'm persistent with everything, and I catch myself and I'm like, oh, I've neglected this for a minute or two. Let me come back to it and let me sit down and really, you know, and then things go, come forward again. So yeah, and just don't buy into the toxicity, don't buy into the surface level bullshit, and don't guilt yourself and shame yourself if you're having a day where you don't feel grateful for things that are going on. Just mark it in your diary to do it, you know, to ask yourself, what was the lesson there? You know, what am I grateful for within myself on how I handled this situation, or whatever, in a couple of days' time, once you've allowed yourself to experience the fucking emotions that you're experiencing, because otherwise
because
you're
that's
shoving them away.
that's because that's part of why we're here, is to the full human experience.
Right, exactly that. And you know, we should all want that. I'm grateful for my rage and my anger and everything. It means I give a fuck. Imagine if you experience these emotions.
Oh, and I'm grateful for my passion. Oh, I'm so grateful for my passion.
I'm grateful for every time I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, and then I think, God, I really do give a fuck about things, don't I? I mean, as much as I don't give a fuck, like
I got really angry about content that was put out not too long ago. And I was like, my friends were like, well, why is it triggering you so much? Why is it triggering you so much? And I thought about it, and I was like, it's triggering my sense of justice and fairness. And I'm like, that's not a trigger I want to get rid of.
Agreed. Loads of triggers of that. I mean, that's a whole nother ball. Funny, because I was talking about triggers today in my group, but it's
okay, so we're adding positive and negative triggers to
we
our
100%
beautiful.
We 100% are, but it's and again, it's being grateful for, you know, your range of fucking emotions. I mean, imagine if there is nothing worse than apathy, and I can say that as somebody who has suffered with depression. It wasn't a pervasive sadness, it was a pervasive apathy. I didn't give a fuck either way. Did not give a fuck either way. And that is the worst thing in the world, is to feel indifferent and numbed to the world around you. And it's one of the reasons why I've never really had a good experience with meds, because that's how they make me feel. They put me on this such an even weird little, I'm just middling, and I'm like, but I don't, if I lose the extremes of my emotion, they make up who I am. And if I lose the shitty ones, I lose the great ones as well. But I love the shitty ones too. I love that I'm capable of experiencing the world on such a fucking deep level. That makes me who I am. So I don't want to get rid of that. So I'm grateful that, as much as it in the moment it's horrid, it's worth it. It's so
yeah, I've walked through some, and I've walked through some awful shit, but I am grateful for the human experience, and I'm grateful for the strength I found within myself. I'm not grateful it happened, like we talked about earlier. I'm not grateful those shitty things happened, but I'm grateful for the strength that I found in myself to move through it, and the love that I have of myself now that I've walked through it. Like, these are things that I am grateful, truly grateful for.
You become grateful for who you are on a brand new level, don't you? When after you've done things. But I still don't believe in, like, and you certainly wouldn't do this either, when people say, oh well, everything happens for a reason, at the least if opportunity.
Oh, fuck off with that shit.
Or like, hang on, like, not right now. It's like at a funeral or something. Oh well, you'll get over it. Like, time will heal. I know, I don't. But right, can I just have a fucking minute? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like people are always trying to move you on, shove you forward, and it's like, can I not just stay where I am right now and experience this? You lot, if you want to run away from it, fuck off over there and do it yourselves.
Yeah, go take your bad emotions. You can go over if you don't want them. You want to be toxic gratitude and toxic positivity. You can go over there. There's a place for you.
Yeah.
And not here. We allow for the full human experience.
Exactly. We allow us to be how we are and who we are within what is happening around us. And I love that. And I'm grateful that I'm aware of that. And I'm grateful to have people around me that are also aware of that as well, and move in that way and live their lives in that way too. Because I can't keep going, oh well, life goes on. Like, I fucking hate that attitude so much. Like, yes, of course it does. Who are you telling that to? Like, we're aware of that already. Like, that doesn't solve anything for me. I don't want your solutions even. I just want you to be with me while I experience my shit. I don't need anything from you apart from your energy. You are just with me. That's all.
Just hold the space. But hold the space so I can feel the way I need to feel.
Yeah, I ask people, I'm like, okay, what do you need from me? Do you need me to listen? Do you need some would you like me to try and provide solutions, or would you just like me to be with you? And people are like, well, that's a great question. I hadn't thought about that. I mean, 9 times out of 10 it perks.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I do that too. I do that to you not recently too.
Exactly. Yeah.
But the only other one that I add is, or do you need a distraction? Because sometimes they don't want to sit in
the energy,
and they do want a distraction, and they just like, I need to get out of it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to sit by myself. I don't want to, but I just need out of it for a minute. So I always like to add, or do you need a distraction?
Yeah,
and then I like, cool, I can provide a distraction.
I mean, we're great at those, definitely. We're great at all of them, to be fair, Heidi. But yeah, and I just feel like, again, that is something that I'm truly grateful for. Not just me having the, because I, as you are as well, we're two people who other people will always come to us as the confidant, that the shoulder to cry on, the person who they know has got them when if you need somebody, you go to an Aquarius female, right? This is just how it is, because we do offer the full range of support.
We love with a fucking fierceness. So like, if you're loved by us, it is fierce.
Yeah, it is hardcore. Hard fucking core. So yeah, and I'm grateful for that. I'm really grateful for that aspect of knowing knowing where your people are and stuff like that. I've just turned into this is a gratitude session now. Oh, I love it. It's brilliant. Like, I love, like, you started this with the whole, I love expressing gratitude. Gratitude, it means something for me. It's what I do. It's how I roll. It's like, it's an intrinsic part of who I am. It's like we were saying earlier, it's integrated and everything else. yeah, and I feel like it always comes full circle, and I'm grateful to know that the depths of what gratitude really fucking means, and I'm not trying to write a little list about being grateful.
No. And I'm grateful for the fact that we can have conversations like this that are this powerful, this in depth, this important to have together. That we have you know what, we're lucky enough that we're putting these on YouTube, so we have a platform that we can put these on for other people to be like, oh, and make them think. I'm grateful that I'm fucking connected to you, Lou, in the weird way that our friendship came about, because you're a fucking light in my life, and I'm grateful for your friendship and your love and your support. This is turning, you know what, everybody, like comment below what you're and don't fucking I don't want bullshit in the comments, and no surface level bullshit. Comment it in the comments. What are you fucking grateful for on that deep level? I want to know your why. Why are you grateful for it?
Yeah, I want to hear why. I want to know what you're grateful for. Absolutely why you're grateful for it. And it's special bonus points for anyone who's only just had a realization of, fuck, I didn't realize I was even grateful for this, but actually I really am. Oh my God, I need to
put that down there.
Yeah, because that happens to me a lot. I'm like, fuck, I forgot to be grateful for this. Like, you know, like I neglected this. I neglected this, even noticing this thing. And I'm like, fuck, but I'm so grateful for it. How has this gone under the radar for me for such a long time? So these little moments of like these epiphanies of awareness, like I live for them. I live for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and you know what? I'm grateful for all of you too out there watching.
Yeah, I am too. I'm grateful for everybody. And yeah, and the other thing is, obviously, if you want to get in touch with us, if you want to suggest a topic, then leave us a comment as well, or you can go and click on one of our links, follow us on Instagram or whatever other links are down there, and just get in touch, and we'll be right back with you. Oi, oi!
Oi, oi!
Oi, oi!